My beloved child, before the new day opens its doors, come close to me. Before your feet touch the floor, before your thoughts run toward responsibilities, before your heart begins counting what is missing, sit for a moment in my presence. The world will soon speak loudly. It will ask for your strength, your time, your attention, your decisions, your patience, and your courage. Yet before the world asks anything of you, I am calling you gently to receive from me. You do not need to enter this day empty, anxious, or alone. I am already here, and I have prepared grace for the hours ahead. Listen with a quiet heart. Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. Let this word become the first light inside your soul. Do not begin the morning by bowing before fear. Do not let your first breath belong to worry. Do not allow your mind to run ahead into every possible problem before you have rested in my promise. When you seek me first, you are not ignoring your needs. You are placing your needs in the hands of the one who knows how to provide, guide, protect, and bless. Today may carry many unknowns, but nothing in this day is unknown to me. I have already seen the conversations you will have, the decisions waiting before you, the temptations that may approach, the moments when your patience will be tested, and the small mercies I have hidden along the way. You look at the morning and see uncertainty. I look at the morning and see the path where I will walk with you. You see what you lack. I see what I am preparing. You see the burden. I see the blessing that can still rise from the place that feels impossible. Perhaps you woke with a heavy heart. The night may not have given you enough rest. Your body may still feel tired. Your mind may still feel crowded, and your soul may still carry yesterday's pain. Maybe you opened your eyes and immediately remembered the bill, the illness, the conflict, the loneliness, the failure, the delay, or the prayer that has not yet been answered. My child, do not let the first voice of the day be the voice of despair. Let my voice speak before fear speaks. Let my mercy stand at the doorway of this morning and remind you that you are still held. There is a blessing being prepared for you, but I want your heart to be ready to receive it. A blessing is not always only money, success, or a sudden, visible change. Sometimes the blessing is peace where panic used to rule. Sometimes it is wisdom before a difficult choice. Sometimes it is strength that arrives at the exact moment you thought you would collapse. Sometimes it is protection from a path you wanted but did not understand. Sometimes it is a door that opens quietly. A person who encourages you, a burden that becomes lighter, or a courage that rises from a place you thought was empty. Do not measure my blessing only by what your eyes can count. I bless the heart before I bless the hands. I restore the soul before I rearrange the circumstances. I give light to the mind before I reveal the road. If I only changed what is outside you while leaving fear enthroned within you, you would still tremble in the middle of provision. So I begin deeply. I touch the hidden place. I speak to the wound, the anxiety, the shame, the doubt, and the silent exhaustion. I prepare you inwardly so that when outward grace arrives, your heart will recognize it as my gift. Come to me first, not last. Many times, you run through the day carrying everything alone, and only when your strength is gone do you remember to pray. I do not condemn you for this, but I am inviting you into a better way. Bring me the morning before it becomes crowded. Bring me the schedule before it becomes pressure. Bring me the fear before it becomes panic. Bring me the need before it becomes desperation. Bring me the weakness before it becomes collapse. When your day begins in my presence, your soul learns that it is not fighting for peace, it is walking from peace. A fragile heart often thinks it must earn blessing through perfection. You may believe that because you have sinned, failed, doubted, or grown cold in prayer, I will withhold my goodness from you. Yet I call you now, not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. A child does not become loved only after becoming strong. A child is loved while learning, while stumbling, while returning, while being restored. If shame tells you to hide from me this morning, do not obey it. Come closer. Mercy is not waiting for you at the end of your improvement. Mercy is the hand that helps you rise. Before the day begins, place your heart beneath my rule. Let my kingdom come first inside your thoughts. Let my righteousness shape your desires. Let my love correct what fear has twisted. Let my truth silence the lies that followed you through the night. When my kingdom is first, your day is no longer ruled by every emotion that passes through you. You may still feel pressure, but pressure will not become your master. You may still face difficulty, but difficulty will not define your identity. You may still have needs, but need will not erase the truth that I am your Father. This morning, I want you to surrender the habit of beginning with lack. Do not wake up saying only, "I do not have enough." Say instead, "Father, you are enough for me today." Do not begin by saying, "I cannot face this." Say, "Father, walk with me through this." Do not begin by saying, "Nothing will change." Say, "Father, prepare my eyes to see what you are doing." Your words matter because they direct your heart. I am not asking you to deny reality. I am asking you to let my promise become greater than the fear that interprets reality without me. Look at the new day as ground that I can bless. The morning is not empty of my presence. The hours ahead are not outside my care. The ordinary places you will enter can become holy when your heart remains turned toward me. Your kitchen, your workplace, your road, your phone calls, your quiet room, your difficult tasks, your simple duties. All of these can become places where grace meets you. You do not need a perfect environment to walk with me. You need a surrendered heart, open hands, and the willingness to let me lead. Even if yesterday disappointed you, do not drag its defeat into this morning as though it has authority over today. Yesterday may have carried tears, mistakes, delays, arguments, weakness, or discouragement. But my mercies are not exhausted by yesterday's sorrow. I know how to begin again. I know how to plant hope in ground that looked dry. I know how to bring wisdom from failure, tenderness from pain, and strength from weariness. Do not call this day ruined before it has even begun. Let me speak over it first. My child, I am preparing more than you can see. Some answers are still hidden because their time has not yet come. Some doors are still closed because I am protecting you from what would harm you. Some blessings are still forming in quiet places where your impatience cannot reach. Some people, opportunities, and provisions are being arranged beyond your awareness. Trust does not mean you see everything. Trust means you believe my heart while you wait to see my hand. Begin with prayer, and your soul will begin with direction. Say to me, "Father, before this new day begins, I seek you first. Let your kingdom rule my heart. Let your righteousness guide my choices. Prepare me for the blessing you have prepared. Give me peace for my thoughts, strength for my body, wisdom for my decisions, mercy for my failures, and love for every person I meet today. I place my needs, fears, work, family, health, and future into your hands." Remain with that prayer for a moment. Do not rush past it as if prayer were only a duty to complete. Let each word become a door opening inside you. When you say, "I seek you first," you are moving fear out of the highest place. When you say, "Let your kingdom rule my heart," you are inviting my peace to govern what anxiety once controlled. When you place your needs in my hands, you are choosing not to carry them as an orphan. When you ask for wisdom, you are admitting that you do not need to know everything alone. A blessing prepared by me will never require you to abandon your soul. I do not bless you by leading you away from truth. I do not bless you by teaching you pride. I do not bless you by feeding bitterness, revenge, or greed. My blessing restores what sin tried to destroy. My blessing draws you nearer to me. My blessing makes your heart more humble, more peaceful, more alive, more able to love. So if you ask for blessing today, ask also for a heart that can receive it without forgetting the giver. The new day may still test you, but it does not have to defeat you. Someone may speak harshly, but my gentleness can guard your response. A problem may arise, but my wisdom can steady your mind. A memory may return, but my mercy can cover your past. A temptation may approach, but my strength can provide a way to stand. A delay may frustrate you, but my timing can teach your heart patience. Nothing you face today is greater than the grace I can give you in the moment you need it. Carry this truth into the morning. You are not chasing my love today. You are walking from it. You are not begging for me to notice you. I saw you before the day began. You are not trying to convince me to care. My care has already surrounded you. You are not entering the day as a forgotten soul. You are entering it as my beloved child. Let that identity become the foundation beneath everything you do. Work from love, speak from love, wait from love, pray from love, rest from love. Now open your hands in your heart. Release the pressure to control every detail. Release the fear that says blessing will never come. Release the shame that says you do not deserve to begin again. Release the heaviness that says today is only another burden. I am placing before you a day that can be touched by grace. I am preparing blessings that may come as strength, peace, provision, guidance, protection, healing, or quiet hope. Some you will recognize immediately. Others you may understand only later, but none will come apart from my love. Before you step forward, let my peace settle over you like morning light. Let it rest on your thoughts. Let it calm your breathing. Let it soften your face. Let it strengthen your heart. The new day begins not with fear, but with my promise. Seek me first, my child, and let everything else take its proper place beneath my care. I am already in the hours ahead. I am already preparing what you need. I am already working where you cannot see. Walk into this day with me, and trust that the blessing I prepare will arrive in the way, the time, and the measure that serves your soul best. My beloved child, before tomorrow begins to frighten you, let me hold your heart. Before your thoughts run ahead into problems that have not yet arrived, pause and come close to me. You have spent many mornings waking under the weight of things you cannot control, as if the whole day were already pressing on your chest. You open your eyes, and suddenly the future rushes in. The bills, the sickness, the family tension, the work that waits, the decisions you fear, the loneliness you hide. The delay that has tested your patience, yet I am here before all of it. I am nearer than the worry that tries to greet you first. Do not begin this day by carrying tomorrow on shoulders I created for today. Tomorrow belongs to my wisdom before it reaches your hands. The hour you fear has already been seen by my eyes. The road you cannot understand has already been measured by my love. You do not need to solve every unanswered question before breakfast. You do not need to imagine every possible disaster in order to feel prepared. Worry tells you that fear is responsibility. But I tell you that trust is a deeper form of wisdom. Let me hold what your mind cannot hold. Sometimes your heart trembles because you have known disappointment before. You hoped, and the answer was delayed. You prayed, and the door remained closed. You trusted someone, and they wounded you. You tried to be strong, and life still became heavy. Now, when a new day begins, you expect pain before it even arrives. My child, I understand why you protect yourself. I understand why your thoughts prepare for loss. but I do not want yesterday's wounds to become tomorrow's prison. Let me touch the place in you that expects sorrow more easily than grace. Gently, breathe with me for a moment. The new day has not yet demanded anything from you, yet your soul may already be exhausted. That is why I am calling you now, not after you collapse, not after fear has ruled for hours, not after you have rehearsed every danger. I am calling you at the beginning, while the morning is still tender, while your heart can still choose whose voice it will follow. Give me the first trembling thought. Give me the first anxious question. Give me the first heaviness that rises in your chest. I know how to calm what worry has stirred. You may ask, Father, what if I do not have enough? I answer, I know what you need. You may ask, what if I cannot face what is coming? I answer, my grace will meet you there. You may ask, what if I fail again? I answer, my mercy is not exhausted. You may ask, what if I am alone? I answer, I will never leave you. Let my answers speak louder than the questions that circle your mind. I am not offended by your fear, but I do not want fear to become the ruler of your mourning. There is a tender place inside you that has been bruised by uncertainty. It is the place that wants safety, clarity, provision, healing, and reassurance. I do not despise that place. I created your heart to desire security, but I did not create it to be secured by control. Control will always fail you because life is too large for human hands. My love will not fail you because nothing is too large for me. Place that tender place in my hands. Let the frightened child within you hear the Father say, you are not alone in what you fear. Before tomorrow speaks with imagined threats, listen to what I have spoken. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. This is not a command meant to shame your anxious heart. It is an invitation to freedom. I am not telling you that tomorrow has no responsibilities. I am telling you that tomorrow does not belong on today's altar of fear. You have grace for this moment. You have my presence now. You have enough light for the step in front of you. When the next step comes, I will be there too. Perhaps your mind believes that if it stops worrying, everything will fall apart. You may feel that worry keeps you alert, that worry proves you care, that worry prevents pain from surprising you, yet worry has never been a faithful guardian. It steals your rest, tightens your chest, darkens your imagination, and makes your soul live through troubles that may never come. Love cares wisely. Fear torments endlessly. I am not asking you to become careless. I am asking you to stop confusing torment with responsibility. Bring me the practical concerns of your life. Bring me the rent, the debt, the medical report, the application, the exam, the job, the child, the parent, the broken relationship, the difficult conversation, the uncertain plan. I am not only present for spiritual words spoken in quiet rooms. I am present in the real weight of your daily life. I know the cost of food, the weakness of the body, the ache of rejection, the fear of failure, and the pressure of not knowing what comes next. Nothing you bring me is too ordinary for my attention. Still, I want to lead you beyond the habit of panic. When a problem appears, do not immediately crown it king over your emotions. Pause. Ask me for wisdom. Ask what step is yours today and what burden belongs to me. Some things require action. Some require patience. Some require courage. Some require surrender. If you let worry lead, it will make every burden feel urgent and every silence feel dangerous. If you let me lead, I will teach you the difference between what must be done and what must be entrusted. A worried heart often tries to live many days at once. It stands in today, grieves yesterday, fears tomorrow, and collapses under the weight of all three. My child, come back to the day I have placed before you, not the day you lost, not the day you imagine, this day, this breath, this prayer, this step, I meet you in the present moment, where grace can be received. Fear drags you into places where your body cannot go and where your strength has not been supplied. My presence brings you back to where my help is waiting. Do not punish yourself because anxiety rises. I do not look at your trembling and call you faithless. I see the battles behind it. I see the history that taught your nervous heart to stay awake. I see the wounds that made trust difficult. I see the nights when you had to be strong because no one else came. I am gentle with what has been wounded. Let me teach your heart a new way, not with harshness, but with patient love. Healing begins when you stop hiding your fear from me. Slowly, open the clenched places within you. Release the belief that you must know every detail before you can be at peace. Release the need to predict every outcome before you can take one step. Release the pressure to be strong enough for every possible future. You are not asked to be the provider of all grace. You are asked to receive it. You are not asked to be the master of time. You are asked to trust the one who holds time. You are not asked to walk the whole road in one breath. You are asked to walk with me now. Imagine placing your heart in my hands before the day begins. Not a perfect heart, not a calm heart, not a heart that understands everything. A real heart, a tired heart, a questioning heart, a heart that has hoped and hurt, prayed and waited, fallen and returned. I do not reject it because it shakes. I do not push it away because it carries fear. I hold it carefully. I warm what has grown cold. I steady what has been shaken. I speak peace into the place where worry has been loud. There are blessings prepared for you that worry cannot help you receive. Worry narrows your vision until you see only threats. My peace opens your eyes to notice grace, a word of encouragement, a door slightly opening, a strength you did not expect, a small provision at the right time, a quiet idea that leads to a wise decision, a moment of rest in the middle of pressure. If your heart is consumed by tomorrow's fear, you may miss today's mercy. Let me calm you so you can recognize what I am sending. Whenever anxiety says, "What if everything goes wrong?" answer with trust. Even there, my Father will be with me. Whenever fear says, "You are not ready," answer with humility. I do not need to be ready without him. Whenever worry says, "You must solve this now," answer with wisdom. I will take the step God gives me today. These answers may feel small, but they are seeds of peace. Speak them gently. Repeat them when needed. Let truth retrain the places where fear has written old patterns. My child, I am not asking you to deny the seriousness of your life. I know some burdens are truly heavy. I know some situations need decisions, courage, and help. I know your tears are not imaginary and your needs are not small, but I am asking you not to face real burdens with an orphaned heart. You have a father, you have a shepherd, you have a savior, you have one who goes before you and remains beside you. Let that relationship change the way you enter the day. If the day brings difficulty, my grace will not vanish. If someone disappoints you, my love will not disappear. If plans change, my wisdom will not be confused. If weakness returns, my strength will not run out. If the blessing does not arrive in the form you expected, my goodness will still be working. Trust me beyond the shape of your expectation. Sometimes I protect you by redirecting you. Sometimes I bless you by delaying what would have harmed you too soon. Sometimes I answer by strengthening you before changing the circumstance. Now let this prayer rise before worry takes more space. Father, before I worry about tomorrow, hold my heart today. Calm the fear that runs ahead of your grace. Teach me to trust you with what I cannot control. Show me the step that belongs to this day. And help me release the burdens that belong in your hands. Provide what I need. Guide where I am unsure. Strengthen where I am weak. And let your peace rule over my thoughts. Remain in that prayer for a little while. Let it slow the racing within you. Let it gather your scattered thoughts back into my presence. Let it remind you that prayer is not escape from responsibility. It is the place where responsibility becomes carried with me. You will still move, work, choose, speak, and act, but you will not do it as one abandoned. You will do it as a child whose heart has been held before the day begins. As you rise, do not take back the fear you just surrendered. It may try to follow you, but it does not have to lead you. When worry returns, place your hand over your heart and remember, this heart belongs in the hands of the Father. When tomorrow threatens your peace, remember, tomorrow is already under His care. When your mind begins to race, remember, grace comes step by step, not all at once in imagination. You are allowed to live today with me. Walk into the morning gently, my beloved child. Let your first movement be trust. Let your first decision be surrender. Let your first hope be my goodness. I am preparing blessings you cannot yet see, but I am also preparing your heart to receive them without being ruled by fear. Before tomorrow arrives, I am here. Before the answer comes, I am here. Before the door opens, I am here. Before the burden lifts, I am here. Let me hold your heart now, and the day ahead will no longer be faced alone. My beloved child, before the world speaks to you, speak to me. Before messages, voices, duties, fears, and demands begin to crowd your heart, come into my presence and let my love be the first voice you hear. The world will not wait long before it tries to name you, pressure you, distract you, and pull your attention in many directions. It will tell you what to fear, what to chase, what to prove, what to compare, and what to regret. Yet before all of that noise enters your soul, I am calling you to begin the day with prayer. This morning is not only the beginning of your schedule, it is the beginning of a spiritual direction. The first voice you welcome often shapes the way you walk. If fear speaks first, your heart may spend the day defending itself. If shame speaks first, you may move through the hours feeling unworthy. If pressure speaks first, you may forget that you are loved before you achieve anything. If my voice speaks first, peace begins to guard the doorway of your thoughts. That is why I invite you to pray before the world speaks to you. Do not think prayer must be complicated before it can be powerful. A heart turned toward me in sincerity is already standing in holy ground. You can pray while the room is still quiet. You can pray before your feet touch the floor. You can pray while your hands prepare the first task of the day. You can pray with a whisper, a breath, a tear, a sentence, or a silence that leans toward me. I do not require beautiful language. I desire an open heart. I desire your attention before the world scatters it. Listen to me tenderly, ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be open to you. Let this word encourage your soul before the day begins. I am not asking you to knock on the doors of the world before you knock on the door of my presence. I am not asking you to seek approval before you seek my face. I am not asking you to ask fear what today will become. Ask me, seek me, knock in faith. I am near, and I receive the prayer that rises from a humble heart. Soon, the world may speak through your phone. A message may disturb you. A headline may trouble you. A notification may awaken comparison. A reminder may bring pressure. A voice may demand something from you before your soul has found its balance. This is why your heart needs to be anchored early. Do not let the first open door of the morning be a door to anxiety. Open the door to me. Let prayer become the place where your thoughts are gathered, your emotions are steadied, and your spirit remembers who is guiding the day. Perhaps you have begun many days by listening to everything except my voice. You reached for news, messages, tasks, and worries before you reached for me. Then, without noticing, your heart became tense. Your thoughts became scattered. Your patience became thin. Your peace became fragile. My child, I do not condemn you for this. I know how loud the world can be. I know how quickly life pulls at you. But I am teaching you a better beginning. Before you answer the world, let me answer your heart. Prayer before the day begins is not an escape from life. It is preparation for life. It strengthens the soul before the battle. It washes the mind before confusion enters. It softens the heart before difficult people appear. It reminds you that you are not stepping into the day as an orphan trying to survive. You are walking as my child, guided by my spirit, covered by my mercy, and held by my love. A prayed-over heart does not become immune to trouble, but it becomes rooted when trouble comes. There will be people who speak carelessly today. Someone may be impatient. Someone may misunderstand you. Someone may ignore your pain. Someone may treat you as if your worth depends only on what you can do for them. If you have not listened to my love first, their words may cut deeper than they should. But when you begin with me, your identity is already placed in safe hands. Their anger will not have the power to define you. Their coldness will not erase your value. Their judgment will not sit on the throne of your soul. At times, temptation speaks before the day has fully begun. It may speak as discouragement, inviting you to give up before you try. It may speak as bitterness, reminding you of who hurt you. It may speak as envy, showing you what others have and whispering that I have forgotten you. It may speak as distraction, pulling your heart away from what truly matters. Pray before these voices become strong. Invite my truth to stand at the gate of your mind. Let my light expose what would lead you away from peace. In the quiet of prayer, give me permission to order your desires. Not every desire that rises in you will lead to life. Some desires are born from fear. Some are shaped by wounds. Some come from comparison. Some come from impatience. But when you pray, your heart begins to be purified. You learn to ask not only, Father, give me what I want, but also, Father, teach me to want what brings me closer to you. This is the beginning of wisdom. This is how a fragile soul becomes strong without becoming hard. Bring your plans to me before the world adds its pressure. Tell me what waits for you today. Tell me about the meeting, the work, the child, the responsibility, the bill, the conversation, the decision, the appointment, the uncertainty. Lay them before me one by one. Do not carry them into the morning like stones hidden in your chest. Prayer lets you place each stone into my hands before your steps become heavy. I may not remove every task, but I will teach you how to carry what must be carried with grace. A day begun without prayer often becomes a day ruled by reaction. You react to messages, react to moods, react to fear, react to pressure, react to memory, react to pain. But when you begin with me, you learn to respond instead of merely react. You pause before answering harshly. You breathe before believing a lie. You ask for wisdom before making a choice. You remember mercy before judging another. You let my peace interrupt the chain of anxious impulses. This is how prayer changes the rhythm of your life. Do not underestimate the hidden power of a morning surrender. When you say, Father, lead me today, heaven hears more than a simple sentence. You are placing the steering of your heart into my hands. When you say, guard my thoughts, you are asking me to stand watch where fear once wandered freely. When you say, teach me to love, you are opening your soul to become a vessel of my compassion. When you say, keep me from evil, you are admitting that strength is safest when it depends on me. Sometimes your prayer will feel dry. You may not sense warmth, emotion, or immediate peace. Do not stop because of that. Prayer is not made real only by what you feel. A seed placed in the ground does not shout while it grows. A root does not make noise while it reaches deeper. Many prayers work quietly beneath the surface, forming patience, strengthening trust, and making room for grace. Continue to pray even when your feelings are slow to follow. Faithfulness in dryness is precious to me. When the world speaks with comparison, remember what I spoke in prayer. You are not behind in the way fear says you are. You are not forgotten because someone else received a blessing sooner. You are not less loved because another life appears easier. I lead each child with wisdom. I prepare each blessing with purpose. I shape each road with a care that cannot be understood by appearances alone. Comparison steals the joy of today's grace. Prayer returns your eyes to me. Whenever the world speaks with urgency, let prayer teach you discernment. Not everything that demands your attention deserves your heart. Not every loud matter is the most important matter. Not every open door is my door. Not every opportunity carries my peace. Before you say yes, ask me for wisdom. Before you run, ask me for direction. Before you react, ask me for patience. I do not guide you by panic. I lead you by truth, peace, and holy conviction. Let your first prayer become a covering over your senses. Ask me to guard what you look at, so your eyes do not become windows for envy, impurity, or despair. Ask me to guard what you hear, so the noise of the world does not become louder than my promise. Ask me to guard what you speak, so your words heal more than they wound. Ask me to guard what you think, so your mind does not become a home for lies. Ask me to guard what you desire, so your heart remains free. My child, the world may try to tell you that prayer is wasted time. It may say you are too busy, too tired, too practical, too behind, too troubled to pause. But prayer is not a delay in your day. It is the foundation beneath your day. A house without foundation may look impressive for a moment, but it cannot stand when shaking comes. A soul without prayer may still move through tasks, but it becomes vulnerable to every storm. Give me the beginning, and I will strengthen what follows. Now come before me simply. Say, Father, before the world speaks to me, I choose to listen to you. Before fear names this day, I place this day in your hands. Before pressure tells me who I must become, remind me that I am your child. Before temptation pulls me away, keep my heart close to yours. Before discouragement rises, fill me with your truth. Lead my thoughts, guide my steps, guard my words, and prepare me to receive the blessing you have planned. Inderi. Remain quiet for a moment after you pray. Do not rush away too quickly. Many hearts speak to me, but never pause long enough to be comforted by my nearness. Let silence become part of your prayer. Let your breathing slow. Let my peace settle in the spaces between your thoughts. You do not need to force a voice or chase a feeling. Simply stay aware that I am with you. A child does not always need many words when resting beside the Father. As the day opens, carry my voice with you. Let it be the voice beneath every other voice. When someone criticizes you, remember my mercy. When a task overwhelms you, remember my strength. When fear exaggerates the future, remember my care. When temptation promises relief, remember my truth. When loneliness whispers that you are unseen, remember my gaze upon you. Prayer does not end when you rise from the quiet place. Prayer becomes the atmosphere your soul carries into the day. There is a blessing prepared for the heart that begins with me. Sometimes the blessing is an answered need. Sometimes it is a protected path. Sometimes it is a softened response. Sometimes it is a moment of wisdom that prevents harm. Sometimes it is courage to do what fear tried to delay. Sometimes it is peace that remains when circumstances have not yet changed. Do not decide too quickly what my blessing must look like. Let me surprise you with forms of grace you did not know to ask for. Before the world speaks again, remember this: its voice is loud, but it is not final. My voice is gentle, but it carries authority. The world may try to stir fear, but I speak peace. The world may stir comparison, but I speak identity. The world may stir impatience, but I speak trust. The world may stir despair, but I speak hope. Choose carefully which voice will have the first seat in your heart. Give that seat to me, and everything else will be placed under my light. Walk forward now, beloved child, with a prayed-over heart. Let your morning begin not as a race, but as a surrender. Let your first strength come not from pressure, but from grace. Let your first thought be not fear, but trust. I am already before you. I am already beside you. I am already working in places you cannot see. Pray before the world speaks to you. And when the world finally speaks, your soul will know which voice is truly home. My beloved child, do not be troubled because you cannot yet see what I am preparing. Many of my works begin in hidden places, beneath the soil of waiting, behind doors that have not opened, inside hearts you cannot reach, through paths you did not plan, and in moments that seem ordinary to your eyes. You often look for proof before you rest, but I am teaching you to trust my heart before your eyes can recognize my hand. The blessing I prepare does not always appear suddenly in the form you expected. Sometimes it grows silently, protected from noise, pride, fear, and impatience, until the right hour comes. There are days when you think nothing is moving. You pray, you wait, you rise, you work, you cry quietly, and still the situation seems unchanged. The same problem remains. The same door stays closed. The same need presses against your heart. The same uncertainty follows you into the morning. Yet what appears still to you is not always still before me. A seed hidden in the ground may look buried, but it is not dead. A child in the womb may be unseen, but life is forming. A road under construction may be blocked for a season, but it is being prepared for passage. In the same way, my grace can be active even when your circumstances seem silent. Sometimes I hide a blessing because your heart is still being strengthened to carry it. If I gave certain things too early, they might become a burden instead of a gift. If I opened certain doors too soon, you might enter without wisdom, without peace, without the discernment needed to remain safe. If I answered exactly as you demanded in the hour of panic, you might receive what your fear wanted but miss what your soul truly needed. My delay is not cruelty. My timing is not neglect. I am preparing both the gift and the child who will receive it. Perhaps you have wondered why others seem to move forward while you remain in waiting. Their doors open, their prayers appear answered, their lives seem full, and your heart quietly asks, "Father, what about me?" I hear that question. I do not despise it. I know how painful comparison can become when your own hands feel empty. Yet I want you to remember that I do not bless my children by imitation. I lead each soul with wisdom. I prepare each road with purpose. What I am doing in another life does not mean I have forgotten yours. Their season is not proof of your abandonment. Your hidden season may be the place where I am preparing something deeper than you understand. Look back gently, and you will see that I have already worked in ways you did not recognize at first. There were doors you wanted that later would have wounded you. There were people you wished would stay, but their absence became protection. There were delays that frustrated you, yet later you saw how they spared you from a greater sorrow. There were losses that seemed unbearable, but through them I taught you compassion, humility, patience, and the fragile beauty of leaning on me. If I have been faithful in ways you understood only later, trust that I can be faithful now in ways you do not yet see. A hidden blessing is still a blessing. A quiet answer is still an answer. A slow healing is still healing. A closed door can still be mercy. A waiting season can still be preparation. Do not call my work absent simply because it is not visible. The human eye sees surfaces. I see the whole design. You see one morning, one need, one wound, one prayer. I see generations, consequences, timing, hearts, protection, growth, and glory. I am not careless with your life. I am not confused by your delay. I am not late because your calendar feels urgent. Hear what I once spoke. What I am doing, you do not understand now, but afterward you will understand. Let that word rest over the unanswered places in you. You do not understand everything now, and that is not failure. You do not see the full picture now, and that is not abandonment. You do not know how every piece will come together, and that is not hopelessness. Understanding often comes after obedience, after waiting, after tears, after surrender. After the blessing arrives in a form your heart did not expect. For now, let trust stand where understanding has not yet arrived. My child, I am preparing strength where you have felt weak. You may think the blessing you need is only outside you. More money, better health, a restored relationship, a new opportunity, a visible answer. I know those needs, and I care about them. Yet I am also preparing inner blessings that will sustain you beyond one circumstance. I am forming patience that will not collapse under pressure. I am growing wisdom that will recognize danger sooner. I am deepening compassion so your heart does not become hard. I am teaching you to hear my voice above fear. These hidden works may not impress the world, but they are precious in my sight. Often, the blessing begins as a change in what you desire. You once wanted only relief, but now you begin to desire peace. You once wanted only vindication, but now you begin to desire forgiveness. You once wanted only speed, but now you begin to desire my timing. You once wanted only a visible miracle, but now you begin to recognize daily mercy. This is not small. When your desires are healed, your life becomes able to receive my gifts without being destroyed by them. I prepare the heart before I place greater things in the hands. There are people I may be preparing to meet you at the right time. There are conversations not yet spoken, opportunities not yet revealed, resources not yet released, and gentle encouragements not yet delivered. You cannot arrange all of this by your own strength. You cannot force every heart, open every path, or create every answer. But I can move quietly. I can stir compassion in someone far from you. I can guide a step, awaken a thought, soften a heart, redirect a plan, and place help along your road at the appointed moment. What is impossible to coordinate by fear is simple under my care. Do not let impatience make you despise the preparation. Many blessings lose their sweetness when received with an unguarded heart. If bitterness rules you, a blessing can become pride. If fear rules you, a blessing can become anxiety. If comparison rules you, a blessing can become never enough. If shame rules you, a blessing can be received as something you must constantly prove you deserve. That is why I prepare the inner place. I want you to receive with gratitude, walk with humility, and enjoy my goodness without turning the gift into an idol. Maybe you are standing before a closed door right now. You have knocked, prayed, hoped, and waited, yet it has not opened. Do not assume every closed door is punishment. Some doors are closed because the room behind them is not safe. Some are closed because the timing is not complete. Some are closed because I am leading you toward a door you would never have noticed if the first one had opened. Some are closed only for a season, while I prepare what must be ready on the other side. Let the closed door teach you to listen, not to despair. In the silence, I am also preparing your discernment. Not every opportunity that shines is my blessing. Not every voice that praises you is sent to guide you. Not every quick answer is the best answer. Not every easy road leads to life. I love you too much to let you be led only by appearances. Waiting can sharpen your ability to notice peace, truth, and holy direction. The longer road may become the safer road. The slower answer may become the deeper answer. The hidden process may save you from accepting what looks good but cannot nourish your soul. When discouragement says, "Nothing is happening," answer with faith, "My Father is working where I cannot see." When fear says, "The door will never open," answer with trust, "The right door will open at the right time." When shame says, "You are forgotten," answer with truth, "I am known, loved, and held." When impatience says, "Force it now," answer with surrender, "I will not create a false blessing by leaving the Father's peace." These words will not make waiting painless, but they will keep waiting from becoming a prison. A blessing prepared by me carries more than relief. It carries purpose. I do not give only to satisfy the moment. I give to draw you closer, to strengthen your faith, to bless others through you, to restore what has been wounded, and to reveal my goodness in a way your soul can remember. Some of what I prepare will comfort you. Some will challenge you. Some will open doors. Some will close paths that would have harmed you. Some will teach you to receive. Some will teach you to release. You are saved. All of it will be guided by love. Tenderly, I ask you to stop digging up the seed to see whether it is growing. Constant worry does not speed my work. Rehearsing every possibility does not force the blessing to arrive sooner. Measuring your worth by visible results does not make the waiting shorter. Let the seed remain in my care. Water it with prayer. Guard it with trust. Protect it from bitterness. Let patience have its quiet work. What is planted in my will is not forgotten in the soil. This morning, bring me the unseen places of your life. Bring me the dream you have almost stopped mentioning. Bring me the prayer that has become painful to repeat. Bring me the relationship you cannot repair by yourself. Bring me the need that has made you feel ashamed. Bring me the future you cannot predict. Place every hidden hope before me, not as a demand, but as a surrender. Say, "Father, if this is from you, prepare it. If it is not from you, protect me. If the time is not now, strengthen me while I wait." Let me also prepare your eyes. A blessing can pass near a distracted heart and remain unnoticed. You may expect a great sign while I send a small mercy. You may ask for a dramatic rescue while I send a wise instruction. You may look for a sudden change while I send daily strength. Ask me to help you notice the gentle forms of grace, the peace that comes before an answer, the wisdom that prevents a mistake, the courage to make one call, the kindness of one person, the provision that arrives just enough, the protection you understand only afterward. My beloved child, I am not working against you in the waiting. I am working for you with a wisdom deeper than your urgency. I am not withholding love until you prove yourself. I am shaping the path with care. I am not ignoring your tears while preparing something unseen. I receive every tear, and I weave mercy even through what you cannot explain. Your waiting is not wasted when it is placed in my hands. Your delay is not empty when your heart remains close to mine. Before the day begins, pray this with trust. Father, I believe you are preparing what my eyes cannot yet see. Guard my heart from fear while I wait. Keep me from forcing doors that are not from you. Teach me to recognize hidden grace. Strengthen me for the blessing you are forming. Make my heart humble, patient, and ready. If the answer is near, help me receive it with gratitude. If the answer is still forming, help me remain faithful in peace. Remain with that prayer until your soul becomes quiet enough to breathe. You do not need to know every detail to be held. You do not need to see every movement to be guided. You do not need to understand every delay to be loved. I am preparing what your eyes cannot yet see, and I am preparing you to receive it in the right spirit. Walk into this day with open hands, not clenched fists. Walk with expectation, not desperation. Walk with patience, not despair. Trust me, my child. The hidden work is still holy work. The unseen answer is still under my care. The closed door is still within my wisdom. The delayed blessing is still held by my timing. I am already ahead of you in the day. I am already present in the places that worry you. I am already moving in rooms you have never entered. What I prepare will not be stolen by the darkness, wasted by the waiting, or forgotten in the silence. Keep seeking me first, and when the moment is right, you will see that my hand was working long before your eyes could understand. My beloved child, bring me your empty hands before this new day begins. Do not hide them from me. Do not close them in shame. Do not look at what you lack and believe that emptiness means you are forgotten. Empty hands can become holy when they are open before the Father. Empty hands can receive what clenched hands cannot. Empty hands can be filled, guided, strengthened, and blessed. You may feel poor in strength, poor in hope, poor in courage, poor in peace. But I am not asking you to come rich. I am asking you to come honestly. Perhaps you woke today feeling as though you have nothing left to offer. Your patience may feel thin. Your faith may feel tired. Your body may feel weak. Your thoughts may already be crowded with needs you cannot meet. You may look at your life and see more lack than abundance, more questions than answers, more wounds than victories. Yet I tell you gently, my child, your emptiness is not a reason to stay away from me. It is the very place where I can begin to pour my peace. Sometimes the world teaches you to be ashamed of empty hands. It tells you to hide your need, disguise your weakness, exaggerate your strength, and pretend that everything is under control. It praises those who appear full, successful, certain, and unshaken. But I do not look at you the way the world looks at you. I do not despise the soul that comes with nothing but need. I do not turn away from the one who says, "Father, I cannot do this without you." A humble heart with empty hands is closer to receiving than a proud heart that thinks it needs nothing. Look at the burdens you have been trying to carry with those hands. You have carried fear about provision. You have carried worry about people you love. You have carried regret from choices you wish you could change. You have carried shame over sins I am ready to forgive. You have carried the pressure to be strong for everyone, even when you had no place to rest. Now open your hands and let those burdens fall into mine. I did not create you to grip anxiety until your soul becomes numb. I created you to receive love, mercy, wisdom, and peace from me. Before you ask me to fill your hands, let me first free them. A hand full of fear cannot easily receive peace. A hand full of bitterness cannot easily receive healing. A hand full of control cannot easily receive guidance. A hand full of shame cannot easily receive mercy. That is why surrender must come before blessing, not because I am withholding my goodness, but because I am making room within you. I am gently loosening the fingers that have clung to pain for too long. There is no shame in saying, "Father, I am empty." That sentence can become the beginning of grace. It tells the truth without pretending. It invites me into the places you can no longer manage alone. It opens a door where pride once stood guard. When you confess your emptiness to me, you are not declaring defeat. You are making space for dependence. And dependence on me is not weakness. It is life. A branch does not apologize for needing the vine. A child does not apologize for needing the Father your soul was made to receive from me. Hear my word to you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you. The peace I give is not fragile, shallow, or dependent on perfect circumstances. It does not come only when every bill is paid, every sickness is healed, every relationship is restored, and every question is answered. My peace can enter while the need is still visible. My peace can stand beside unanswered prayers. My peace can sit with you in the waiting and remind you that lack is not Lord over your life. I give differently from the world because I give from my heart, not from a limited store. Maybe your empty hands are the result of exhaustion. You have poured yourself out for others, listened to their pain, carried their expectations, met their needs, and smiled through your own weariness. You kept giving even when your soul was dry. You kept standing even when your knees trembled. You kept saying yes because you were afraid that if you stopped, everything would fall apart. My child, come to me now. Let me fill what has been drained. Let me restore what constant pressure has emptied. You do not need to prove your worth by running beyond your limits. At other times, your empty hands come from loss. Something you loved is no longer in your grasp. A dream slipped away. A relationship changed. A door closed. A season ended. A hope that once warmed your heart became painful to remember. You may keep looking at your hands, remembering what used to be there, wondering why it was taken, why it failed, why it faded. I see the grief behind that emptiness. I will not rush you through it with cold words. Bring the loss to me. Let me hold the place where your hands still ache from what they had to release. There are also empty hands shaped by poverty and need. You may not have enough money, enough help, enough opportunity, enough strength, enough time, or enough answers. The pressure of lack can make the morning feel frightening. It can make you wonder whether blessing is only for others. But I am near to the child who feels small before great needs. I know what you need before you ask. I know the exact weight of what you carry. I can provide in ways that are visible. And I can sustain you in ways that are hidden. Do not let lack convince you that my love has become distant. Bring me the emptiness caused by failure. Perhaps you tried to build something, but it fell apart. You tried to change, but you stumbled again. You tried to pray, but your heart wandered. You tried to love, but your wounds spoke louder than your patience. Now you stand before me with hands that feel stained by disappointment. My child, I do not ask you to wash yourself before you come. Come, and I will cleanse. Come, and I will teach. Come, and I will begin again with you. Failure placed in my hands can become wisdom. Shame placed in my hands can become mercy. Weakness placed in my hands can become strength. Slowly, release the belief that peace must be earned by having everything fixed. Peace is not a trophy for the life that looks perfect. Peace is a gift for the heart that trusts me in the middle of imperfection. You can receive peace before the answer arrives. You can receive peace before the path becomes clear. You can receive peace while your hands are still empty of the thing you hope to hold. My peace does not depend on the fullness of your hands. It flows from the fullness of my love. A frightened heart may say, "If I let go, I will have nothing." But I tell you, if you let go into my hands, you will discover that you are held. If you release what fear has made you clutch, you will have space to receive what grace is bringing. If you stop gripping the broken pieces as though they are your only proof of survival, you will find that I can rebuild what you cannot repair. Trust does not always feel safe at first because fear has trained you to cling. Yet my hands are safer than your fear. When you come to me with empty hands, do not compare them to someone else's full hands. Another person may appear to have more success, more money, more family, more health, more joy, more confidence, but you do not see the whole story of their soul, and you do not know the hidden work I am doing in yours. Comparison turns emptiness into bitterness. Prayer turns emptiness into invitation. Let your need bring you closer to me, not farther from love. In this morning hour, I want to fill your hands first with peace, not because other needs do not matter, but because peace will help you carry the day without collapsing beneath it. Peace will keep your heart from obeying panic. Peace will help you speak gently when pressure rises. Peace will help you notice wisdom instead of chasing urgency. Peace will help you receive provision without fear and wait without despair. When my peace fills you, even before your circumstances shift, you begin to walk differently. After peace, I will give you strength for what is yours to do. I will not always give strength for imagined futures, because you do not live there yet. I give strength for the task before you, the conversation before you, the responsibility before you, the decision before you. When the next step comes, I will be there with what you need. Do not demand tomorrow's strength today. Receive today's portion. It is enough because I am enough. Then I will place wisdom in your open hands. Wisdom will teach you when to move and when to wait. Wisdom will teach you when to speak and when to remain silent. Wisdom will teach you what to accept and what to refuse. Wisdom will keep you from calling every desire a blessing and every delay a curse. Wisdom will help you recognize that my gifts carry peace, truth, humility, and life. Ask me for wisdom with a sincere heart, and do not be surprised when I guide you through quiet conviction, gentle correction, and doors that align with my will. Let me also fill your hands with mercy for yourself. You have been harsh with your own soul. You have judged your weakness as if you were meant to be made of stone. You have punished yourself for being tired, for needing help, for healing slowly, for not understanding everything. I am gentler with you than you are with yourself. Receive my mercy and let it change the way you speak inwardly. You cannot grow well under constant condemnation. You grow in the light of truth joined with love. Mercy received must also become mercy given. As you step into the day, there may be people who are difficult, impatient, wounded, or unkind. I am not asking you to accept abuse or abandon wisdom. I am asking you to remember that many people speak from wounds they have not brought to me. Let the peace I give you keep bitterness from becoming your master. Let my mercy guide your boundaries, your words, and your silence. A peaceful heart can be firm without becoming cruel. Now open your hands in prayer and say, Father, I bring you my empty hands. I bring you my lack, my weakness, my shame, my fear, and my need. Fill me first with your peace. Give me strength for today, wisdom for my choices, mercy for my failures, and courage for what I must face. Remove what does not belong in my hands, and place within them what comes from your love. Stay with that prayer until you feel your heart stop fighting the truth of your need. You do not need to impress me. You do not need to pretend abundance where there is emptiness. You do not need to force confidence where there is trembling. I am not frightened by the places in you that feel poor. I am the Father who blesses the poor in spirit. I am the shepherd who leads the weary to quiet waters. I am the Savior who fills empty vessels with grace. As this day begins, look at your hands differently. They may not yet hold everything you desire, but they are not cursed. They are hands I can guide. They are hands I can strengthen. They are hands I can use to bless, build, comfort, serve, work, pray, and receive. Do not despise them because they feel empty now. Empty hands surrendered to me can become instruments of quiet miracles. Soon, you will step into the hours ahead. The world may ask what you have. Fear may point to what you lack. Shame may remind you of what you lost. But I will remind you of who holds you. Your empty hands are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of a deeper trust. They are the place where my peace can rest. They are the space where my blessing can arrive in the form your soul truly needs. Walk forward, my beloved child, with open hands and a quiet heart. Do not clutch the day in fear. Do not grab at every answer in panic. Do not hide your need beneath pride. Bring me your emptiness again and again, and I will meet you with enough grace for each moment. I am preparing a blessing for you, but I am also preparing peace within you, so that when the blessing comes, you will receive it as a child loved by the Father, not as a soul ruled by fear. Your hands may be empty before me, but they are open, and open hands are ready to receive. My beloved child, walk into this day with faith, not fear. Do not let the morning become a battlefield where fear gives the first command. I know there are responsibilities waiting for you. I know there are people you must face, decisions you must make, wounds you must carry, and uncertainties that still have no clear answer. Yet I am not sending you into this day empty. I am not asking you to walk ahead of me. I am calling you to walk with me, step by step, breath by breath, trusting that the Father who prepared grace before sunrise will also sustain you until the day is done. Today may not look easy, but it does not have to be ruled by dread. Difficulty is not proof that I have left you. A hard road can still be a holy road when my presence walks beside you. A demanding task can still become a place of grace. A painful conversation can still become a doorway for wisdom. A moment of weakness can still become an invitation to lean on my strength. Fear looks at the challenge and says, "You cannot survive this." Faith looks at me and says, "My Father will guide me through." Before you take the next step, remember who you are. You are not only a tired person trying to survive another day. You are my child, loved before you accomplish anything, held before you prove anything, guided before you understand everything. The world may measure you by results, performance, money, approval, beauty, strength, or success. But I do not. I see the soul I created. I see the heart I am healing. I see the courage it takes for you to rise after nights of worry. Your worth is not waiting at the end of this day. Your worth is already secured in my love. When fear rises, it may try to make ordinary moments feel dangerous. It may make one message feel like a threat, one delay feel like rejection, one mistake feel like disaster, one silence feel like abandonment. My child, do not believe every interpretation fear gives you. Fear often speaks quickly, loudly, and harshly. Faith listens more deeply. Faith asks, "Father, what is true here?" Faith pauses before agreeing with panic. Faith does not deny the problem, but it refuses to let the problem become greater than my presence. There will be moments today when you must choose your inner direction. A thought will come, and you will decide whether to follow it into anxiety or bring it back to me. A word may hurt you, and you will decide whether to let bitterness take root or let mercy guard your heart. A delay may frustrate you, and you will decide whether to call it failure or trust that I am still working. A weakness may appear, and you will decide whether to condemn yourself or receive my grace. These small choices matter, beloved. They shape the atmosphere of your soul. Do not wait until you feel fearless before you move. Faith is not the absence of trembling. It is the decision to walk while holding my hand. Courage is not always a loud confidence. Sometimes courage is answering one necessary call. Sometimes courage is showing up quietly. Sometimes courage is taking medicine, paying one bill, asking for help, forgiving one wound, beginning one task, or resting when your body is exhausted. Do not despise small acts of faith. I see them. I bless them. I use them to strengthen you. If difficult people cross your path today, do not let their unrest become your ruler. Some will speak from impatience. Some will act from their own hidden pain. Some may misunderstand you, criticize you, ignore you, or place pressure upon you. I am not asking you to let others harm your soul without wisdom. I am asking you to remain rooted in me before you respond. A heart anchored in my love can be gentle without being weak, firm without being cruel, silent without being defeated, and honest without being harsh. In moments of pressure, return to the breath of prayer. You do not need to leave the room or stop everything to come back to me. Whisper inwardly, "Father, lead me." Whisper, "Give me patience." Whisper, "Guard my tongue." Whisper, Help me not to fear. Whisper, let your peace rule here. These short prayers become hidden streams in the middle of the day. They keep your spirit connected to my presence when the world becomes loud. Perhaps you fear failing again. You may think, what if I fall into the same weakness? What if I lose patience? What if I make the wrong choice? What if I disappoint God? Listen tenderly. I am not walking with you today as a harsh judge waiting for you to collapse. I am walking with you as a father ready to guide, correct, forgive, restore, and strengthen. If you stumble, come back quickly. Do not run into shame. Do not hide behind excuses. Let humility bring you back into my arms. Failure does not have to become a prison when mercy is near. Faith also means trusting me with outcomes you cannot control. You may do your part with honesty, wisdom, and care, yet the result may still depend on things beyond you. Another person's response, a timing you cannot force, a decision someone else must make, a body that heals slowly, a door that opens later than you hoped. These are places where fear wants to take command. But I ask you to place the outcome in my hands. Do what is yours to do. Let me be God over what is not yours to control. The enemy of your peace may try to use memory against you. He may bring back old failures, old wounds, old humiliations, old losses, and say, this day will become like those days. But your past is not the master of my power. What happened before does not have authority to declare what I can do now. I can redeem what was broken. I can teach wisdom through what once wounded you. I can open a new path where you only remember closed doors. Walk today with memory. But do not walk today under memory's chains. My child, faith is not blind to pain. Faith sees pain and still says, God is near. Faith sees lack and still says, the Father knows what I need. Faith sees weakness and still says, grace will be enough. Faith sees delay and still says, the hidden work may still be holy. Faith sees fear and still says, fear will not lead me. This is the kind of faith I am forming in you, not a shallow faith that only sings when everything is easy, but a deeper faith that remains close to me when the road is unclear. Let the blessing I am preparing shape your attitude before it becomes visible. Do not wait for the gift to arrive before you become grateful. Begin with trust. Thank me for the grace you have not yet recognized. Thank me for the protection you may never fully understand. Thank me for the strength that will meet you when you need it. Thank me for the wisdom that will guide your decisions. Gratitude opens the windows of the heart. It does not deny pain. It refuses to let pain become the only story. As you walk through this day, keep your eyes open for quiet mercies, a moment of calm, a kind word, a task completed, a danger avoided, a thought made clearer, a temptation resisted, a small provision, a strength you did not expect, a chance to begin again. Fear overlooks these gifts because it is busy searching for threats. Faith notices them and says, my Father is here. The more you notice my hand in small things, the more your heart learns to trust me in larger things. When responsibility feels heavy, ask me for the next faithful step, not the next 100 steps, not the complete answer to the entire future, just the next step. Fear becomes overwhelming because it tries to carry the whole mountain at once. Faith receives enough light for the ground directly ahead. If the next step is to work, work with me. If the next step is to rest, rest without guilt. If the next step is to speak, speak with love. If the next step is to wait, wait with patience. I will not abandon you between steps. There may be a moment today when you feel weak in your body. Perhaps tiredness will press on you. Perhaps illness will remind you of your limits. Perhaps anxiety will tighten your chest. Be gentle with the body I gave you. Do not hate it because it has limits. Do not shame it because it needs rest, care, food, medicine, or help. Faith does not mean ignoring your humanity. Faith means bringing your humanity into my compassion. Let me guide you in caring for yourself with wisdom, not fear. If poverty or lack weighs on you today, do not allow it to name you. You may lack resources, but you do not lack a father. You may have needs, but you are not forgotten. You may not see how every provision will come, but my eyes are open over your life. Move with wisdom. Do what you can. Ask for help where help is needed. Refuse shame. Lack is a circumstance. It is not your identity. Your identity is beloved child, and my care reaches even into the practical details that trouble you. Whenever discouragement says, "Nothing is changing," remember that change often begins quietly. The heart that prays before reacting has changed. The soul that surrenders before spiraling has changed. The mind that notices one mercy instead of 10 fears has changed. The child who comes back to me sooner than before has changed. Do not dismiss the inner victories because they are not yet visible to others. I am preparing blessings around you, but I am also forming blessing within you. At times, faith will ask you to release the need for everyone to understand your journey. Some will not know why you are tired. Some will not see the battles you fight in silence. Some will judge the pace of your healing. Some will misunderstand the choices you make in obedience to me. Do not live enslaved to every opinion. Walk humbly. Seek wise counsel. Stay teachable. But do not let the crowd become your God. My voice must remain the deepest authority in your heart. Now, place this day before me again. Say, "Father, I choose faith over fear. Walk with me through every hour. Give me courage for what is difficult, patience for what is delayed, wisdom for what is unclear, mercy for what is broken, and peace for what I cannot control. Keep my heart close to yours. Let me recognize your blessing, even when it comes quietly. Let me follow your voice more than the voice of fear." Carry that prayer as you move. Let it rise again when you enter a room. Let it return when you open a message. Let it breathe inside you when you face a person who unsettles you. Let it steady you when something unexpected happens. Prayer is not only the doorway into the day, it is the path through the day. Each time you turn back to me, your faith becomes less like a moment and more like a way of walking. My beloved child, do not be surprised if fear tries to follow you. It may walk near, but it does not have to lead. Let faith lead. Let my peace guide your pace. Let my love define your worth. Let my wisdom shape your choices. Let my mercy answer your weakness. Let my promise stand above every threatening thought. I am not only preparing a blessing at the end of the road, I am blessing you with my presence on the road itself. Step forward now with a quiet courage, not because you know everything, but because I know everything. Not because you are strong enough alone, but because my strength will meet you. Not because the day is guaranteed to be easy, but because you will not face it without me. Faith does not make you careless, it makes you anchored. Faith does not erase responsibility, it fills responsibility with grace. Faith does not pretend the world is gentle, it remembers that your Father is faithful. Walk into this day, my child, with your heart lifted toward me. Fear may point to what could go wrong, but faith will remind you of who walks with you. Fear may speak of lack, but faith will remember my provision. Fear may rehearse old wounds, but faith will receive new mercy. Fear may say you are alone, but faith will answer, my Father is near. And as you choose faith one step at a time, you will discover that the blessing I am preparing is not only something waiting ahead, it is also the peace, strength, and courage I am placing within you as you walk. My beloved child, receive the blessing I have prepared for you. Do not stand far away as though my goodness belongs only to others. Do not lower your eyes as though your weakness has disqualified you from my mercy. Do not let shame convince you that my hand is closed toward you. I have watched over you through the night, called you to seek me before the day began, held your anxious heart, taught you to pray before the world spoke, prepared what your eyes could not yet see, filled your empty hands with peace, and strengthened you to walk by faith. Now open your soul and receive what comes from my love. This blessing is not a reward for a perfect child. It is a gift from a faithful Father. If blessings came only to those who never failed, no wounded soul would have hope. If my goodness depended on human strength, the fragile would be forgotten. But I am merciful. I draw near to the broken. I lift the tired. I cleanse the sinner who returns. I comfort the one who mourns. I guide the one who does not know the way. You are not standing before me as a stranger begging outside the door. You are my child, and my blessing flows from the love I have already placed upon you. Let your heart be quiet enough to receive. Many souls ask for blessing, but when it comes, fear keeps their hands closed. They suspect kindness. They doubt peace. They expect disappointment so strongly that they cannot recognize grace when it arrives. My child, I know the wounds that made you cautious. I know why hope feels risky. I know why you look at good things and wonder whether they will soon disappear. Yet I am asking you to let my love teach your heart how to receive again. Not every gift is a trap. Not every open door will destroy you. Not every good thing must be feared. Today, I bless your mind with peace. May the thoughts that have been racing slow down beneath my presence. May the old patterns of fear lose their authority over you. May confusion give way to clarity, and may panic give way to trust. When anxiety tries to predict disaster, may my truth rise within you. When your thoughts begin to accuse you, may my mercy answer. When your mind becomes crowded with too many worries, may my spirit remind you to return to one step, one breath, one prayer. One moment with me. I bless your heart with healing. The places that have been wounded by rejection, failure, disappointment, poverty, sickness, loneliness, and long waiting are not hidden from me. I place my tenderness over the memories that still ache. I place my mercy over the shame that still speaks. I place my patience over the wounds that need time. Healing may not always come as sudden thunder. Sometimes it arrives like morning light, gradually touching what has been cold for too long. Receive that gentle light. Let it reach the rooms inside you that have remained closed. I bless your body with strength for this day. If you are tired, may you receive enough energy for the task before you. If you are sick, may you know that your body is not abandoned by my compassion. If pain reminds you of your limits, may you be guided to care for yourself with wisdom and gentleness. Do not despise your body because it needs rest. Do not shame yourself because you cannot do everything. I know your frame. I know what you can carry. I know when you need courage. And I know when you need rest. Now receive my blessing over your work and responsibilities. Whatever is placed before you today, do it with a heart anchored in me. May your labor not be ruled by fear of failure. May your decisions not be driven by panic. May your words carry honesty and grace. May your efforts be guided by wisdom rather than pressure. If your work feels unseen, remember that I see. If your tasks feel small, remember that faithfulness in small things is precious before me. If your burdens feel heavy, return them to my hands and ask for the next faithful step. I bless your relationships with mercy and discernment. May you love without losing yourself in fear. May you forgive without pretending that wisdom is unnecessary. May you set boundaries without hatred. May you speak truth without cruelty. May you listen without caring what belongs only to me. If you meet difficult people today, may my peace guard your spirit. If someone misunderstands you, may my love keep you steady. If someone needs your kindness, may you give it freely without becoming empty. because you will keep returning to me as your source. Receive my blessing over your home, whether it is filled with voices or marked by silence. May the place where you live become a shelter for your soul. May fear not rule the rooms where you rest. May bitterness not sit at your table. May despair not have the final word in your quiet hours. If your home carries tension, may my peace enter gently. If your home carries loneliness, may my nearness become real to you. If your home carries memories of struggle, may I begin to write new mercies there. One day at a time. I bless your steps with guidance. You do not need to see the entire road to walk with me. You do not need to understand every turn before you obey the light I give. Today, may your spirit become sensitive to my direction. When you need to move, may courage rise. When you need to wait, may patience hold you. When you need to speak, may wisdom shape your words. When you need to remain silent, may peace guard your restraint. When the wrong path appears attractive, may holy discernment protect you from what looks good but leads away from life. For the needs that trouble you, receive my care. I know the practical weight of your life. I know what is due, what is missing, what is uncertain, what is urgent, and what feels impossible. I am not distant from your daily bread. I am not uninterested in your bills, your health, your family, your work, your future, or your safety. Bring each need beneath my blessing. Let provision come according to my wisdom. Let help arrive in the way I choose. Let your heart remain open to humble solutions. Unexpected doors and small mercies that add up to grace. I bless your waiting with hope. Not every blessing arrives at the hour you expect, but no prayer offered in trust is wasted before me. If something is still delayed, may you not call yourself forgotten. If a door remains closed, may you not assume I am against you. If the answer forms slowly, may you not abandon peace. Waiting can become a place where your soul deepens, where faith becomes rooted, where your desires are purified, where your heart learns to love me not only for what I give, but for who I am. Let my protection cover you today. May you be guarded from the voices that try to pull you into despair. May you be protected from choices that would wound your soul. May you be kept from paths that seem attractive but would steal your peace. May hidden dangers be restrained, and may visible temptations be met with strength. When the world becomes loud, may my voice remain clear within you. When darkness tries to enter through fear, comparison, anger, or discouragement, may my light rise quietly and firmly in your heart. Beloved child, I also bless the parts of you that still feel unfinished, the faith that still trembles, the prayer life that still feels weak, the hope that still rises slowly, the grief that still returns, the courage that still needs help. I am not waiting for you to become complete before I love you. My blessing does not avoid the unfinished places. It enters them. It rests upon them. It begins to restore them. Do not hide the areas that still need growth. Open them to me, and let my grace work patiently. May your past be covered by mercy. What you have confessed, do not keep wearing as a chain. What I have forgiven, do not keep presenting as proof that you are unlovable. Learn from what wounded you, but do not live imprisoned by it. The blessing I prepare for you includes freedom from the old names shame gave you. You are not your worst decision. You are not the failure that still embarrasses you. You are not the wound that changed you. You are mine. And my mercy is stronger than the story shame keeps repeating. May your future be placed beneath my wisdom. You do not have to walk into it with terror. You do not have to demand every detail today. You do not have to create a perfect plan before you can rest. I am already in the days ahead. I am already preparing grace for the moments you have not reached. I am already arranging what must be arranged. closing what must be closed, opening what must be opened, and strengthening you for what must be faced. The future is not empty darkness when I am there. Receive the blessing of holy courage, not prideful courage that pretends it needs nothing, but childlike courage that knows where help comes from. May you rise after discouragement. May you pray after silence. May you hope after delay. May you begin again after failure. May you keep walking after tears. May your courage be quiet, steady, and rooted in my presence. A soul that knows it is loved can face what once seemed impossible. Receive the blessing of peace that remains, not peace that disappears the moment pressure rises, but peace that returns because it belongs to me. You may need to return to it many times today. That is not failure. Every return is an act of trust. When your mind wanders into fear, come back. When your heart tightens, come back. When shame speaks, come back. When anger rises, come back. My peace is not a distant place. It is found again and again in my presence. Now listen to my promise. Peace be with you. Let those words settle over you as a blessing from my own heart. Peace be with you in your thoughts. Peace be with you in your body. Peace be with you in your home. Peace be with you in your work. Peace be with you in your waiting. Peace be with you in your decisions. Peace be with you when you feel strong, and peace be with you when you feel fragile. I speak peace not because the world is always gentle, but because I am always near. Carry this prayer into the day. Father, I receive the blessing you have prepared for me. I receive your peace over my mind, your healing over my heart, your strength over my body, your wisdom over my choices, your protection over my steps, and your mercy over my past. Help me recognize your goodness in both great miracles and quiet graces. Keep me humble when blessings come, patient when answers delay, and faithful when the road is unclear. Let this day be lived beneath your love. Stay with that prayer for a moment, my child. Let it open your hands again. Let it soften the fear that resists hope. Let it quiet the voice that says nothing good can happen to you. Let it prepare your eyes to notice my gifts. A blessing received with a surrendered heart becomes more than relief. It becomes communion. It draws you nearer to me. It teaches you gratitude. It becomes a testimony written not only in your circumstances, but in your spirit. As you step forward, do not search only for one dramatic sign. Watch for the gentle blessings too. A peaceful thought after many anxious ones. A moment of patience when you expected anger. A small provision that meets the need of the hour. A door that closes and protects you. A conversation that gives clarity. A strength that rises when you thought you had none. A quiet joy that appears without explanation. These are not accidents. They are my fingerprints on your day, on your... If the blessing comes differently than you expected, do not reject it too quickly. Sometimes you ask for a certain door, and I send wisdom instead. Sometimes you ask for immediate change, and I send endurance with peace. Sometimes you ask for a person to return, and I send healing that teaches you to stand again. Sometimes you ask for abundance, and I begin with contentment, discipline, guidance, and daily bread. My gifts are shaped by love, not by fear. Trust the wisdom behind what I give. My beloved child, I bless you not only so that you may feel comforted, but so that you may become a blessing. Let the peace I give you become gentleness toward others. Let the mercy I show you become mercy in your words. Let the strength I place within you become support for someone who is weaker today. Let the hope I restore in you become a light for another tired soul. A heart blessed by me does not have to hoard grace. It can pour out because it knows where to return for more. Before this day fully unfolds, receive my final covering over it. May no fear steal what I have spoken. May no pressure erase your identity. May no delay convince you that I have forgotten. May no weakness separate you from my compassion. May no mistake keep you from returning quickly to mercy. May no darkness have the final word over what I am preparing. You are loved. You are guided. You are held. You are being restored. Walk now, my child, under the blessing of your Father. Walk with open hands, a listening heart, and a spirit ready to notice grace. The new day has begun, and I am already in it. The blessing I prepared may meet you in ways you expect and ways you never imagined. Receive it with humility. Guard it with gratitude. Share it with love. And remember, the greatest blessing is not only what I place in your hands, but the truth that my hand remains upon you.